wonderful good day, everybody, or good evening, or whatever time it might be around your place. We are gonna play some Drop Duchy. I am relatively newish to the game. I've enjoyed my first run where I made it to Act 2 and a little bit deeper than that. And, well, I felt like introducing the game to you folks and having some fun while doing so, because I loved Tetris. When I was a kid, I was playing the hell out of that. Seriously, it immediately struck a nerve for me when I saw this, and therefore Drop Duchy is a pretty cool game. So let's unlock something new real quick and then we're gonna go. I found that horse stable an interesting new building. Let's see if we can pull it next time. So let's go. Like you see, I legit only played one time so far, but I gotta say this is a very interesting game. To me personally, I should turn that a little bit lower, huh? Let's put these folks all down on their places a little bit. So, let's see. Peaceful region, we can have either grasslands or a 50-50 distribution. That's better for me, actually. Plains, forests. I don't have any real bias. Ooh, I can upgrade that thing right away. Nice. So, I'm gonna explain a few things once we are rolling, but right now it would make not much sense. Our goal is just to play good old Tetris, but we're not going to dissolve the lines that we are going to fill. We're going to explore them instead and gain resources depending on what we've plopped down. So it's a game where we have to gather resources, and later down the road there's also enemies that we need to beat. The goal will then be to make as much military out of our fields, while we try to deny the enemy as much military as we possibly can with our fields. It's a pretty nice gameplay, I really gotta say. They do a lot of interesting things in this one. Ervin, hi there. So, oh boy, this one fades out like that. I need to check if I can do that differently. No! Oh. Son of a bitch. The sound will stutter sometimes when I'm looking onto the chat outside of the window, that is. Maybe full screen borderless. Maybe we can make it like this, huh? Still mutes the video if I fade out. Alright. Very sorry if that bothers you, but sometimes I want to check with the good old folks from the YouTube channel. I don't have enough monitors yet. So, yeah. Let's... that one. Wood clearer. Turns woods into... turns forests into plains. Alright. So we should be able to make that happen. Resources. Combo. It's a very different way of playing Tetris, but I love this. It's when you take something you are familiar with, but turn it into something entirely different. I really admire that. Hope you guys like this too. There seems to be a lot of content to this game already as well, so let's see how this goes. So, what are we going to draft? A carpenter, a wooden fortress, turns adjacent forests into plains and recruits for that. So, I like troops. Oh, I finished yet another quest, did I? So, with these quests we gain crowns and unlock new quests, and with those crowns we unlock new cards. And eventually new factions. I haven't seen a new faction yet, but let's see. Turn 10 forests into plains, then into fields. Oh. Alright. 25 archers from one single watchtower, and beating actor. Alright. So, let's see. Alarm tower. Recruit 10... Oh, these guys. Whatever they want to be called. Axis. For each enemy military building aligned with it. Like that. Okay. So, we're gonna go here. I think we're going to draft a production card because I had now a lot of combat cards already. So, another farm. Exploited fields. That would give me a lot of food whenever we draft that. Hunting lodge. Oh yeah, I want that. Because you need different types of troops to beat the enemy. Counter-espionage. Ah, I unlocked that because I locked the tower. And activate one of your alarm towers with an enemy alarm tower and vice versa. Okay. Gold depot. Food depot. Oof. Let's go food. So. Ooh, I made a mistake with that. Should have looked ahead. Now I'm forced to skip the hostile region. Boss fight is a little bit harder due to that. So, let's unlock some extra building slots. I find these invaluable. I have unlocked now more than I have buildings, but yeah, this will come in handy. We're playing a peaceful map anyways. Mitrium May there. So there will be more Age of Wonders for also in the streams. I have found a lot of fun in doing the build tinkering things online during the stream, so welcome. Happy to have you, and we're going to have some fun with Age of Wonders too. But I meant to give this game a little bit of a showcase too, because I love stuff like that, you know? It's build tinkering, Tetris, and strategical gameplay all at once. This is scratching a lot of things that I love to game. Here we go. So, Wooden Fortress. Turn each adjacent forest into a plain and recruit. So, well, technically I don't even need any troops in this run today. So we can just dump that down and forget about it. I'll keep the wood clearer for now, because this will give me a lot of wood, which then creates more upgrades for my cards. So getting these bonus resources is actually, that has a meaning. It's not about just blindly putting down. We want to get as much profit here as we can. It's very important. I've been very surprised about how good... Jeez. Ducko is going for a walk with the family. How much fun I had with this one, because, you know, I do have become a little bit reserved when it comes down to roguelike titles, and games that follow this node-based exploration formula, you know. This game has a lot of things that I've seen in many other places before, and I've grown a wee bit tired over a few of these things, but overall, I gotta say, it's Tetris. Probably I have a weak spot for Tetris. Very likely so. But jokes aside, I think this game does a really nice thing in being very creative with the source material and turning it into an entirely new thing. That is what, personally for me, good games are. Period. So, let's see. Whoopsie. All right. So, what do we have already? So I have a source of archers that is working with plains. I have a source of warriors, which is working with forests. I have a source of axes. That's connected to forests. Alright. Thing is, with this game, terrain does play a huge role. So I think I want that ranger base, so I can be working with whatever terrain I see. I mean, I haven't yet fully grasped what smart choices are and such, and which are not. So, trading fair. I mean, which of these cards do I want to upgrade most right now? So, it's a really tough choice. But judging from what I have learned during my first few encounters with this game, military cards to upgrade is a very, very powerful move. So, we probably want to upgrade that ranger base. I mean, I can only transform in a manner that... Nah. You guys. I didn't do a good job here in the first place. So, 50-50 region, a 70-30 region. So... Ooh. More things to unlock. Siege camp. So... eliminate 8 enemies from each enemy group in range. Neato. The ideas behind these cards are much better than I anticipated too. Alrighty. So, we can take that in. This time we'll have, for the first time, real enemies. I really gotta say, sometimes I'm happy that Tetris exists. So, recruits tons of people for connected forest piles. I don't want to put that in, so I put it into my reserve pile. So, here comes the really interesting part. We need to build good for us, bad for the enemy. That's an interesting challenge here. So... yeah. My watchtower is, as far as things go, really, really useless. And there's a wooden fortress up ahead, so we need to think about that. Turn each adjacent forest into a plain and recruit recruit for that. So we're going to see if I can't do a little bit of a tricko here. So the problem here is I really can't allow myself to put any forests around there. This is now forbidden. Sensi, yeah, I am from Germany. Guilty as charged. And thanks for dropping on by, and thanks for your kind words. So... this is not good. So the choice is now to either... Oh yeah, I know what we're going to do. That ranger base doesn't get too much power up here. Hunting lodge. Recruit access and harvest for each connected forest piece. There we go. That's what I want to have. Boom. That's the stuff you don't want to have the enemy. I gotta say, exactly this interaction that we are seeing here, where I have to ponder about how I can get the best out of a situation and the enemy doesn't get anything out of that, I really enjoy this. And this is very unique, and I haven't seen anything comparable to that in other games before. I gotta say, this is a super unique experience for me. Correct me if tell me where it's else featured if you know where, because I don't. Whew, that's crappy. I built myself here really kind of in a corner. So, yeah. All just for the sake of crippling the enemy, you see. Turn each forest into a plain. Does that weaken my own units in hindsight? Something that I've wanted to try out since a while. No, it doesn't. Nice. I dipped my nose into Against the Storm recently is more the more valid saying. I am waiting for the new DLC to hit town, but I did sort of a little bit of a learning session here. Ah, come on, let's give the dog a bone. It strengthens me as well, so I can power up the enemy a little bit too. I don't think I will do that ever again. Anyways, thing is, I have still my problems with Against the Storm ever since the full release. My save file is in a unfavorable condition where my main save file has skipped so much progression that I basically never played one of the high-end seals on my main save file. So I have now either the choice to completely play everything new, or accept that my main save file is starting on a much higher difficulty level than intended from the devs. That's a very odd situation, and somehow I never recuperated from that. Would you believe that? I don't know. I have broadened my knowledge and all ever since. I mean, I beat the game up until Prestige 15. I played a couple of seal maps, but it's really an odd place. And I still am more kind of like not understanding where to go from this point on. I don't know if this makes any sense. Sometimes I'm a little bit living in my head. So now we need to accumulate our troops and beat the enemy troops. There's also a rock, scissor, paper system going on, and the troops inherit the class of the biggest stack. So you can do here some strategical playing too. The goal is to eliminate all enemies so we don't take any damage. See you there, Sensei. Good. Have a good time on work. Thanks for having me there. Okay. Ah, leftover units give me money. So I was wrong the other time. It does give me an advantage, even on a peaceful map. Town. When explored, gains 75% of all other exploration gains on its row. So the town is worth 75% of the entire row? I'll have to draft that. I need to check that out, how that works. Sounds like an economy multiplier to me. Oh no! Making the boss fight stupidly hard. Okay, so it's a very foresty tile. Let's see. Can I do better than that? I can bring in a town. So we're going to remove the wood clearer and do the town. I'll keep the watchtower farm combo. I mean, there are fields after all. But that would overall mean that it'd be smarter, generally speaking, to bring economy cards to a peaceful area and do less military. I mean, military brings obviously gold. If that's something we want, might be a good choice too. Okay. So there we go. The town gained 7 wood now for whatever reason. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's it's math. Quite complicated math. At least for my troubled brain today. So, wooden forge. Yeah, let's do that. should interact with these guys again. Nice. Yeah, with Songs of Six, I am absolutely impatient to see when finally the new version will come out. That will be pretty much the version that will be the closest to full release that we get. I think with the next version of Songs of Six, I am absolutely going all in and pretend as if the game is done. Because I gotta say, early access over the course of the time did something bad to my gamer brain. I sometimes lay back on good games because I don't want to overplay them until they are done. So, let's see. No, we don't get any extra gold by leftover troops if there is no combat. There, we got it. So troop cards are really on peaceful maps not useful at all. Harvest food and wood if adjacent to a production building. Harvest 3 wood for each connected forest. Oh yeah, I wanted that horse stable. Well, I will do something when Songs of Six comes out, that's for sure. I don't know what I will do though yet. But you will see it then, obviously. Tax office. Gain gold for each aligned building. Alright. So, there's extra resources. Now then, I think I'm going to upgrade once I know what I'm against. So, sadly, we can't invest any gold, but whatever. I can't get any extra wood. That would have been the resources that I wanted. Anyways, let's see if I killed myself with the many peaceful fields that I accidentally took. We definitely should upgrade our military thingies here as much as we can. So, the watchtower. And let's see. Hunting lodge. And I think I'm gonna go for the town as well. That's been it, right? No, the wood clearer or the farm. We're going to upgrade the farm. I didn't notice yet how cheap the farm is to upgrade. So that's a real power on descent. Okay, the wall. I think we shouldn't bring the town here. We should go all into combat. The farm together with the watchtower form a combo, so I keep that. Alright. So, recruit for each adjacent military building. Then we don't put anything military adjacent to that, shall we? Hunting lodge recruits for connected forest pieces. Start recruit for each adjacent yet again. So we better take care of that adjacency thing. There we go. And if I put my tiles into the wall, it instantaneously begins the fight. So I gotta be careful. Turn each adjacent forest into a plain. Let's see. Is that adjacency for you? No, it's not. Wonderful. Rally point. Recruit access for each adjacent plain or field. We just banked that. It's really suboptimal because I would have loved to put down more force there, but I haven't had too much to say here. Whoa. That's been a very, very synergistic one. Right. So... 3 soldiers for each square between the closest building in its row. So I think this looks good, doesn't it? So... Oh, and it's row. Alright. I misread that and I totally placed it wrong. Okay. Good thing that we did this. That's sort of a shame though, because I really wasted the tile entirely. But I'm allowed to do that, I'm playing this second time. So, let's see. Axes get beaten by archers. The enemy has a majority of archers. Archers get beaten by swords. So I'd say I'm going to go and turn our army into swords. And let's see what that'll do. So yeah, 30 points of damage incoming. But, I mean... Ooh, I automatically upgraded the watchtower with that one. 50. Okay. So, Chapter 2. Mountains now. Recruit archers for each mountain piece aligned with it. Recruits fighters for each mountain piece in range. I want them. Okay. So. Oh, now we get the first things that are more costly, I see. So, strategic pavilion. Yeah. Adjacency bonuses, that's really great. So, yeah. Recruit 20 archers with a single militia base. Burp God, hey there. I wish you a great day too. Thanks for your kind words. Love to hear that I was able to get you going with Age of Wonders. I love the game, and it's always a pleasure for me to hear that I made the game more accessible to somebody. Hope you have a great day too. So, the Stone Quarry. So, hostile region with lots of plains. Hostile region with lots of a little bit of everything. I want to go there. So, first thing, we unlock the next thingamabob. Alrighty, so we got ourselves way too many military pieces, I think. Let's get the hunting lodge out and the town in. And probably something like that. Probably will regret that. I still have no clue what I'm really doing here. Well, I do love making tutorials. I always had a strength, actually, even as a teenager, in explaining things to people. So it's quite fun to hear that. It's still that this has now become my major thing. So happy that I'm able to help. Is all I want to say. No, is there a button to make things to undo things? Oh. Okay, so we're going to do what I did back in the day when Tetris was a thing. You see, sometimes you just need to sneak them in. Because you've been a Dumbo. No, I'm not a teacher by profession. I was a salesman, before I started all this. But, then it turned out that I'm, pretty autistic, and I'm not fit for working with lots of people each and every day, because if I do, I suffer from a massive burnout. So having a nice distance between people, streaming, works pretty well, but if I am working among many people, I just burn out, because can't turn off my perception and things that just burn me out. Tried many years, doesn't work. So yeah, this is going to be a horrible round. Oh, sheesh. No wonder that I don't make it through Act 2. Playing like a... So, there's a new mountain? Well, you know, the fun thing is that you can be autistic and very social at the same time. I love being social as well. Thank you, Soul Ghost. You're so kind. The thing is just, it's not that I don't like it or can't do it. The thing is that it's just costing me
very personal.
Much more energy than the regular folk next door. You know, that's the whole thing. I'm just needing much more energy than somebody else to figure everything out. That other people just
personal.
Understand intuitively. That's the difference. To me, at least. Everybody's on a different boat there. Thanks so much, So Ghost.
This is very personal.
You're the best. So, let's see. That was... I really... This reminds me back in the days when I was too stupid to play Tetris.
This is very personal.
But let's see. Maybe it'll work out in the end. Who knows?
This is very personal.
Oh, does that end the round, per se? I guess so. I guess so. So, let's see. Fighters get beaten by archers. Its majority is swords, so we're going to transform our troops. And hope for the best. Hi, Sawghost. Always a pleasure to see you. So I'm barely surviving it. My idiocy. But the good thing is we're making progress one way or another. Shepherd's Hut. Harvest 4 mountains. Send 12 fighters for each allied military building. Fine with it. Okay. So, let's see. I had one of those already. It starts to be really noticeable that my drop pool is limited. So, gain 10 gold for each adjacent forest. 50 gold if surrounded by forest. Gimme, gimme. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that we're going to be taken down because I can't. Because I don't have enough HP left, but we're gonna fight until the end. So, can upgrade that wood clearer. I don't think that this will make any particular difference, but whatever. So, we have a mixed audience here. Let's take out the town. Because we're fighting for survival here. Let's try out the training camp. So, a garrison of 20. Put that into my reserve pile. The fun part is, if you'd be able to not use the reserve tile anymore, you can actually deny out an entire enemy camp out of the game. Recruit archers for each plain or field adjacent to the connected mountain pieces. So we are not supposed to connect any mountain pieces to this bad boy. Got it. So, recruit for each mountain in range. We don't have any mountains so far. I will get like this a mountain, and like that a mountain. Let's put it down like this for now. Except the mercenary camp. I did a horrible job there. Because that doesn't count, does it? Oh, it does. Alright, at least something. So... These tiles are so much fun. There's so many creative things in here that are, as a matter of fact, not easy to place. Oh, let's do this anyways. Maybe it does that retroactively too. That's doing such a horrible job here right now. Yeah, we don't have anything to work with here. Yay! Now comes the farm. It's a little bit late for you. This game is really, really interesting in its way, especially since it has a very unique difficulty setting here. You know, most of the things I know about games don't get me anywhere here. I need to learn this game completely anew. The fact that I know how Tetris works is also not really much of a benefit here, apart from making me like the basic game, but that doesn't make me good at this game at all. It's, I gotta say, this is something I gotta compliment these guys for. Yeah, I'm so deado. And nobody is to blame but myself. But I mean, I gotta say, I didn't understand half of my decisions properly. And that's always a very, very bad thing. So... Well, let's see. Well, close call. Just 2 HP. I almost made it. I mean, almost dead is still dead, but better than I thought. Much, much better than I thought. Nice. Okay, so we made it a little bit further this time. Last time I passed out a tad bit earlier. So, barracks, what will that be? Recruit 2 fighters for each 20 gold earned this round. Nifty. What will River be? When continuous, and it's a great source of gold, also unlocks 4 new cards. So that actually ain't costly. Just looks as if. Okay, let's do it again. And there's a couple of difficulty levels up ahead of us, and a couple of different factions. Let's see. So, can we do something about the starting deck? I think I'll stick to the path in upgrading my farm right from the get-go. It gives me more food, and more food is more loot. Also love the implemented speed up features that are present. Yeah, let's do it like that, maybe. Ugh. I think this is the best compromise here. Yep, definitely fun. So, let's see. Recruit 8 archers for each adjacent military building. I like the hunting lodge. Sounds like a great starting tile for me. So, let's take those charcoal kilns. With a little bit more gold, I would have survived the last round. So, let's see. This time there's no such trap where I can accidentally outmaneuver myself. So, let's bring in the charcoal kilns. And take out the wood clearer in favor of the hunting lodge. So we can definitely beat the guys up. That is a conditional tile. So, recruits for adjacent planes. Yeah, let's do it like this. Oh no, I shouldn't have done that. There's so many mistakes that I know from me playing Tetris back in the day that I just see repeating in front of me. It's wonderful. So this is not how you play this game super well. So for each military building, enemy military building aligned with it, I see. Ah, that doesn't count as completely enclosed, obviously. Okay. Dreadpool, hey there. Am I having fun? So, I am here in a, sounds a little bit weird. I'm a little bit in between because I find this game extremely difficult, but I do also think that it's just me not knowing what I'm doing, why I think this is difficult. But I think this game is a great one insofar as it is very innovative. I don't know yet what the devs really make out of their innovative idea. So far, I don't make it far enough. They're suffering from that typical roguelite issue that I gotta say, it is bad. I really don't like the fact that nowadays games just love to deny the content away from you until you have played it enough. I am not a big fan of the whole roguelite idea, but I've just learned to accept that this is just how games are woven nowadays. But I much more prefer games where you have the entire skill tree available right from the get-go. Give it to me entirely, make it hard, make it a lot of information. I really wish that a lot of these games nowadays would include something what I'd call a roguelike mode, where you can opt into unlocking everything right off the bat because you're not interested in the unlock game. Oh, I would enjoy this game doubly as much, immediately, if that would be an option. But apart from that, gameplay is really cool. I really like what they did with that game, what the devs did with that game. It's really, really cool. But that whole roguelite thing is getting more and more on my nerves because it's basically just time gating the content. It's not more than that. And I start being less and less of a fan of that the longer I have to go through this. And too many games do that nowadays. That's the biggest problem. So, no buildings in this room. Bears, hey there. Yeah, it's somewhere between deck building and Tetris, exactly. And that's why I love it. There we go. Oh, I can't allow to play that right now. That one is playing along nicely with my... So, Hunting Lodge is also cool with these. Merc Camp Garrison. So I think I'm gonna squeeze this one in here. Then there's nobody on aligned with these folks. Hi! I think this will work out just fine. I personally think the most innovative and fun part about this game that I personally see is the factor that you have to place the environment good for your troops and bad for the enemy troops. This is probably the most interesting and innovative part, because usually games want you to make your part strong. And that's a very straightforward application of game rules. But this game basically wants you to apply the rules into both directions. Back and forth. Good and negative. And that is a very smart move that I really admire. The moment I saw it, I liked it. This is really something I can't praise enough. This is a really smart move, and probably what I cherish most about this game. Mechanically, basically. Because, you know, when you've played so many games, eventually you've seen most things. And having to play it like this is extremely refreshing for me. There we go. Hey, dude. So that's been a... Yeah. So that's been a lot of achievement points. I think we can unlock the river. I must say, this game reminds me, vibe-wise, extremely to Loop Hero. I've had a similar fun with Loop Hero, because Loop Hero had a very similar pace, where you had to amplify the environment for your own gains, and also for the enemy to make it beatable. Very, very similar concept. Now that I notice it. Let's make that training camp. So... didn't expect Drop Duchy to be such a hot pick. Really didn't. Oh no! I wanted to unlock the river. I clicked too quickly. Is what it is now. So... Well, Biz, I have no clue what the thoughts behind that were, but drop pool dilution is absolutely a hot topic in games like these two. That's also a reason why I prefer personally if everything is unlocked right off the bat. So we don't have many forests in this tile set, so I don't have better options here. So, enemy training camp. There we go. So we don't want to drop down the ranger base yet, because it would be aligned with this... Wait a sec, it's only with interacting with its own kind. But we don't have any forests for the ranger base, so... So, there we go. Charcoal kilns. Really helpful here, but yeah, you came too late, bruh. So, in its row. Okay. Wait a sec, they do work like that. No, that was... Nah, that was just me. No. Never mind me. I'm dumb. Jeez. Gotta say, the complexity of this game is also... Oh, the alignment point is here. I see. Okay, so we pretty much ruined ourselves here. I'll suffer on this one. But I always enjoy when games make me feel like a moron. So that means there's something really new happening that is not so similar with all my previous knowledge that I can instantaneously roll through it by just using my previous knowledge. It's actually a good thing. So, alarm tower. Try that. I mean, I can't just kill myself with the fruits of my labor. Okay, now let's unlock the river. Also unlocks 4 new cards. No further explanations. Thanks. New mechanic, technology cards. Okay, I think we're going to go over that. Minimum flow 15. What? Lovely. Yeah, well, at least we're suffering together here. I mean, like I said, I think really games when they give you that feeling that you're doing it completely wrong, but you're still enjoying yourself while you're doing it wrong, it's the best thing that can happen. My personal take. So, and I think unlocking these slots down here is probably more powerful than powering up your cards early on. What do you guys think? Strategic Pavilion. Alright. So, that's no adjacency happening here. That's no adjacency happening here either. So, farm, very, very good, probably. This could become a really, really big, fat monster. Do it right. So, here we get to recruit. Let's drop down the further adjacency bonus. The farm and the watchtower are such a monstrous combo. Adjacent forest into plane. That is just working onto adjacency as well, so we can't do that. Good. So... what do we have here? Recruits for plains and fields, so we better don't do that. So... I don't like the positioning too much, but whatever. I was hoping that this would work out like that. So... oh yeah. So yeah. The difference between knowing what you're doing and blundering about is insane. Okay. So, enemy is majority-wise archers. Archers get beaten by swords. We don't really have any swords. Archers beat axes? Well, axes beat swords. It doesn't really make much of a difference, however I roll them together here. We'll destroy the enemy either way. And what's your verdict about it, Treadbull? I saw you playing this game as well for a while. Yay! My first time with a boss not dying like a bloody noob. Or, well, exactly, with no enemies left. Do you need new unlocks? I think yes. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe if you're really good at the game, you can't do it without. I bet that if you are trying around hard enough, you can facilitate that. But is it fun? That's the question. Would it be fun to do so? River Castle. The effect only triggers if the building is connected to a minimum number of river squares. I see. That's minimum flow. Okay, let's see. Harvest stone for forests and plains and range. That's actually really good. Can we just make a everything is seen yellow exclamation mark somewhere drive me crazy? I can't ignore them. Okay. I think I want to save up my resources for something that I can fight with. Yeah, I had also the feeling that this game is very demanding on the cerebral level. Like, you know, I love to think about questions and things in games, but this game got me quickly to a point where I was feeling that I really need a break from all that thinking. I put it on my own inexperiencedness, so I think this definitely also plays a role here. But I also feel as if this game is really more very, very complicated. So, but that is not necessarily really a bad thing. There we go. So that's been the tile I've been waiting for. Oh yeah, why not? Hidden cave. Recruit for each connected forest piece and for each connected mountain piece. Yeah, well. I don't like this, but I think this is the best I can do right now. So... that will be evaporating entirely here. That will... I would love to have a single place in place here, but well. Oh, I managed to align it with 3. Nice. That one will interact with mountain pieces. I don't want that. But I don't have any long pieces anymore. Yeah, so let's do it like this. I find it also very, very interesting how this game forces you into bad decisions. Like here, for example, I only did this because I didn't want to strengthen the enemy here. I left a hole in my board, which I normally wouldn't do, because I had to do it to beat the enemy. These are very interesting moments, because usually when you're playing Tetris the regular way, you wouldn't do that. And it's very easy to avoid that. So... I think we can't beat these guys, though. Yay! Nice! Getting better at this. I really notice. So the first impression of mine is troops first, resources second. So recruit archers for each plane or field adjacent to the connected mountain pieces. I want to try that out. It sounds terribly complicated, but it also sounds terribly powerful. Get a building that works in forests. Ah, light units. Now we know it. Then it's light infantry, heavy infantry, and archers. Finally know what they want to talk with me. Fine. Okay, another ranger base? No, we'll just gain gold. I don't need that. Wood depot, yeah. Yeah, Soul Ghost is the good ghost here on the channel, definitely. He's the good ghost. Thanks a lot for all you do. So, I feel as if I'm going to get toasted very soon. $400 food. Dang it. I thought with 300 I'd be done. Okay. So, let's upgrade that hunting lodge. Selling. Upgrading. Alright. But we're going to interchange the charcoal kilns with a second watchtower. Which I can actually upgrade. Well, just wasting my money here for that, but the last slot is actually very, very costly, I realized. So... Enemy alarm tower. Okay, here goes my watchtower. But I think I want to wait for it a moment. There we go. Let's trigger the alarm towers with one another. There we go. For the achievement! So... yeah, my farm does take a shameful long time as it stands right now. So we're going to drop down this here. There's the second watchtower incoming. There we go. So, this is really not working as intended, but, well. That's just the luck of the draw, I guess. Eliminate 12 fighters from each enemy group in range. Oh, we don't want that. No! Yeah, that farm came way too late. But at least I was able to deny the enemy siege camp out. Okay, so heavy infantry gets beaten by archers. Good thing that I have a ton of archers right now. But I think I will bleed this fight. I mean, in all honesty, I would have not done that if the achievement didn't ask me to. But I don't regret. Certainly not. So, one more achievement point for the technology cards. So, I'm gonna sell my wood away for some more food. So we can at least here now go for the last slot. Because I really think that does matter a lot. So, let's try out that vantage point. And heal up ourselves. So. Hey, Manga Weep, hi there. I think heavy infantry is the axis, and swords is definitely light infantry. The game just stated that out in a different text. That one is a tier 3 old tower. Ooh. Okay. So, now, recruit for each plane or field adjacent to the connected mountain tiles. So these will work? So... what's that? Old tower. Oh, that was in range of the old tower up there. Dang it. This one shouldn't, though. Okay. Yeah, so... that didn't really work out as intended for me. Yay! At least we got ourselves a few more archers now. I hate it when that happens. But I think everybody who played Tetris knows this feeling. So we can now place a stronghold or a stronghold. Okay. Ah, end of round means at the end of... okay. Now I understand things better. So, enemy has light infantry, which we would beat ideally with these folks. So let's do that. Hired Poet, hi there. Happy to see you. Good evening. Or whatever time this is for the rest of the folks here. Hope you have a great time too. So, looks like Act 2 is no longer able to stop me right now. So, militia base. Recruit for each production building. So there things get really interesting. There's so many options you can go for. The keep. Okay. Well, let's go and unlock. Technology cards are passive effects that boost your ability. Oh god. So... have a few things more to unlock here. Alright. Thanks for the warning, Tread. So we're just going to go in there with the given means. I have no clue what to change or optimize. The keep doesn't add enemy cards to the round deck because all its buildings are already there. Beware of its towers. They will call reinforcements every time you align a building with them. So... Ew! They also count in diagonals. Disgusting. So there's only a few spaces where I can't put down buildings of mine. Jeez. So this one should work. Okay. Combo. So... Okay, so that does count as a military building. I was wondering because it, I guess they all have a tag that works then for them. Alert tower. So alert tower is a stupidly easy placeable power card here. So let's do this like that. 50. So we'll see how that'll work out. So, luckily our enemies don't have any character class, so we can just pile up on them and hope that we survive. It's looking good. They will hurt me a bit, but I did it! I made it to Act 3. Whee! Go me! I even got a thumbs up from my wife. That's how good I am. And an evil chuckle.
Evil chuckle. Ah.
Doesn't sound too friendly. What do you guys think? So technology cards will now randomly appear as round rules. Each technology has a unique effect, and you can also operate them in the deck menu. Unlike buildings, technology cards don't need to be selected for each round. Their effect is always there. Nice. So yeah, that does change a lot. So all right, the chat says it was friendly. It's just me being paranoid and crazy. So, choose the terrains. I get to eliminate one and create a new one. Okay. I see. Nice. The 60 lives, you get those for fulfilling the Duchy quests. I got for agricultural prowess. Yeah, that's where I got it from. So let's go. Mercenaries. Ooh, a new location. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, no props. Boop-a-doo. So I think specialization is key. Currently I am just fooling around and not specializing myself, but I think at the end of the day you want to try to get yourself a build together that synergizes hard on itself, off itself, and I think you will have to live with a couple of weaknesses. For example, here I have now pretty the vantage point we can.
Interrupt you.
Yeah?
I have a question.
Yes, please.
Combat rules. So, if I join two teams of units, they will become the kind of the bigger group,
Yes, the biggest group defines the class.
but they are the same size.
Then I have no clue.
And the text says, or the destinations type if they're equal.
So that means if you get to select
Ah,
now,
yeah,
the
yeah.
one that you put on top of the other group is the conversion. So if you put the swords on top of the archers, they turn into swords. If
No,
you turn
they
the...
turn into archers. The destinations type.
Alright, whatever.
They
You,
should
you have the text in front of you.
Yeah, yeah. No. I think.
She thinks
I
she
think. I
she
will
thinks
test
she
it.
got it. But it's generally a really interesting question. So, Badlands, I see. Yeah, those don't yield any resources.
I won't test it because I don't want them to. Anyways, don't worry.
Alright, so that should work now. For end of round. Oh, so that does proc only once. But in all directions. Now I finally get it. End of round effects are something that keeps...
This time I actually finished the tutorial. I will prepare dinner now.
Yeah, I wanted to tell the poor folks on the stream
Information.
that I will be gone soon too because I'm effing hungry. Yes, Tread, I am aware of the fact that I can sell the cards. I just haven't got to the point where I figured whether I want to clear out my deck or not. But, thanks, nevertheless. But I noticed that. So... these alert towers are flippin' useless if they are put onto other alert towers. Ugh. Their alert tower is higher level than my alert tower. Oh, crap. Yeah, well, whatever. I mean, I wanted to go out for this run very soon anyways, so... I think that happens all by itself now. The alert tower goes brrr. Oh dear. That entire enemy build consists exclusively out of an alert towers. Okay. I'm so toasted. I'm not even gonna try to win because I can already see that the numerical advantage of the enemy is way beyond mine. So, my good friends, I will ring in the end because this is also the end of mine. And I find it only... Come on, you! It's not the end. Alright. I survived. Due to an odd fluke of fate. Well. Just to get my nose bloodied again. But, as a matter of fact, I do need a break. Because my brain is just completely overburdened with the new things. And I'm just clicking blindly right now. I really don't know if you can send different troops to one enemy. It seems if I need to bundle them up, but I will test that, Biz. I have no clue. I was wondering that myself, and I wanted to test it, but I haven't come to it right now. It seemed to me, but that I need to make them to one pile before I can attack, but I'm not sure about that. Maybe I can send them over the enemy, and then over mine, and then over the enemy. I think this is what I where I can improve. Yeah. Anywho, my good friends, thanks for watching. I hope you had a good time. I did for sure. And yeah,